say thank you for noticing, but I'm muted. I really appreciate that. Guys, welcome to Daily Milan Daily. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon wherever you are around the world. What? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and everything else. When are Milan fans not in panic, Joel? Good question. Good question. Guys, a lot of news today has come out a little bit surprising, I would say. Not as we don't have the fireworks we had yesterday. But still, guys, there is a lot to talk about, a lot to opinionate on, a lot to discuss, and a lot to find out also. A lot to find out. It is Wednesday, January 26, 10:12 a.m. AC Milan time here. So let's get straight into it, guys. The first thing I want to do, first of all, is say hello to everybody. What is going on, Saif? We got Saif in the house. How you doing, Joel? Joel, what's up, Joel? Forza Milan, Arpit, Forza Milan. Skillard, we got Skillard in the house. Forza Elliott, as always. We love the financial fair play. We love that stuff. When are Milan fans not in panic? Good question. We'll discuss that today. Bremer to Inter, guys. Bremer to Inter. Does Bremer to Inter mean the Botman deal is sealed? Who knows? Samson, Skyboy, Forza Milan, how you doing? Zero chance Kessié leaves this winter now, as if there was even a sliver of a chance to begin with. All right, guys, let's get straight into the news. Let's not waste any time. First thing that we have to discuss is this. Kessié first off with injury during Ivory Coast AFCON, last 16 game. So what is this all about, guys? Let's see. There is a worry for AC Milan as Frank Kessié was forced off after less than half an hour of the Ivory Coast round of 16 AFCON game against Egypt. Kessié was selected in the starting lineup for the last 16 games against Egypt. If they lose this game or the quarterfinals against Achraf Hakim's Morocco, he should be back for the derby against Inter, scheduled. I don't want to wish him to lose. I really don't. But hey, on Saturday, okay. However, he went off with a pained expression in the 29th minute through injury. Okay. Guys, did any of you see this game? Do you know if it was like a muscle injury? Does anybody have any information regarding Kessié? Anyway, he is injured. That is no good for us. Hopefully, it's not something serious. Hopefully it's not serious at all. And I don't want to say it. But if Cote d'Ivoire, if they lose against Egypt or Morocco, they're out. Kessié is back. Saif, what is this game still ongoing now as we speak? They're in extra time right now, guys. We have a very important match developing right now. Joel, what is the score? If you could update me, please, and let me know what's going on there. This could give us a good glimpse into the future and what to expect regarding the midfield. So if you guys could let me know what's happening in the Ivory Coast game, Egypt game, that would be much appreciated. 0-0, heading towards penalties, guys. The reality is that we're not going to sign anyone this January, mostly a center back on loan. Thus, we're going to have to stick by the team and fight for top four. I believe in this team, but I hopefully win next season. Okay. All right, guys. So this is a breaking news that just came out regarding Kessié injured, and Ivory Coast guys might lose a game today, meaning that Kessié is back with us. Okay, let's get into the next. As I want to talk about Marco Lazetic today. Yesterday we had the opportunity to see what this player looks like on the field. I mean, we saw highlight videos, And from his highlight videos, you can extract a lot of opinions, a lot of information. And guys, I think that we will be pleasantly surprised about this player. And we got to think about, next season coming up, this season. We have Lazetic, he looks very promising, guys. I'm very curious to see what kind of player he becomes. And I'm very curious to see what kind of impact he's going to have. Now, these are the things we know about him that we saw yesterday during his highlights. The player is very, very strong for an 18-year-old. He is very big. He is very big. He's like a fridge, but he's very skilled, extremely skilled with the ball. His ability to maneuver the ball left and right, his touch is excellent. His progression with the ball is very good, and he can be a playmaker too. He knows how to be a playmaker. So I think Milan, my first sense right now is that Milan anticipated everybody with this one. And I think this player is a player that maybe in 2 or 3 years is a superstar in a mid-table team. And then if you want to get him, you have to spend 70 million and give him a contract of 7 million. I think Milan is using their magical powers to see into the future to get these stars before they become stars. Essentially, one thing that we can say about AC Milan today is that as far as building talent, as far as scouting for talent, they have been absolutely, absolutely fantastic. Just think about all the players that have come to AC Milan today, and they're all still extremely young. Look at Salamakers, look at Brahim Diaz, look at Tonali, look at Leao, look at Theo Hernández. Theo Hernández came to Milan when he was very young, and now he's getting into his 24. Benacer came to Milan when he was very young. Calabria's development as a youngster. So there's one thing is for sure. And I know that this bothers some people because it says, well, Milan is like the new Arsenal, Milan is like the new Dortmund. But the truth is that the scouting department has saved millions and millions and millions with their talent of finding these youngsters. But it's not just the talent of finding the youngsters that is important, that needs to be, talked about. It's also the work that is being done. The work that is being done with the youngsters, the ability to create an environment for them to grow, and an environment for them to become champions. And Milan is definitely doing this for their youngsters. It's a platform for youngsters to become champions. Right now, Milan is a very unique club. It is a club that is using youngsters to try to be at the top. You will see, most teams, guys, that are fighting for the Champions League, the average age is 26, 27, 28. Milan, I believe, is at 24 right now. And it's high simply because we have a 40-year-old and a 35-year-old, and Messias and Florenzi that are pushing up the average. But for the most part, it's a very young squad. All right, so going back to Lazetić. This player here, I don't know how well he will do in this upcoming season. Only time will tell. He's 18. I am very, very skeptical of teenagers coming into the Serie A and having a major impact. I just don't believe that. I think it takes a lot of pasta asciutta, like Bonucci said in the English final against the Euro in the Euros against the English. He was saying to the English, you got to eat a lot of pasta asciutta before you can beat us. He was kind of boasting, right? But that saying goes to just life in general. So you're an 18-year-old. You don't know what it's like to compete at the San Siro. Serie A is full of just nasty players that are clever, that are cunning, that will use their body, they'll use your tactics. They'll make you look like you're an amateur. So Lazetić has to, we have to see how he does when these kind of situations will come towards him. We'll see how he deals with them. We'll see how he adapts to Serie A. I think he has all the qualities to adapt to Serie A. He's got talent. He's got skill. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got creativity. So as a footballing player, he's perfect. He's your perfect profile, your perfect football player. Young, right? 18. Very inexpensive. 5 million, right? 5 million total. And with all these qualities as a teenager already, this is a very good signing. This is a signing that today we are complaining about Vlahovic, but in a few years, we're going to be praising Maldini for this signing, guys. This signing here is going to be a big one. I think that Milan have found another gem, another one. Let's not jinx it, Ivor. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, Skiller. This means Colombo will spend another 2 seasons alone in Serie A. Maybe Colombo is going to come back for next season, and that's going to be that young striker, and Lazetić is going to go on loan. Obviously, guys, the best way to learn how to play football is by playing football. Of course, it'll be a great opportunity for Lazetić. It'll be a great opportunity for Lazetić to train with Serie A players like Leao, obviously like Ibra, and these kind of players here that can teach him a lot. But you have to put yourself out there, and you have to gain those scar battles, that experience there is very important. So at 18, sending him out on loan, I don't think it's a problem. Put him out on loan for 1 or 2 years, and let's do it the proper way. Let's do it the organic way. Of course, if you are a Milan fan today and you're expecting Lazetić to come in and just change the world, then in a few months you're going to be shouting at the management saying that they're shit. So let's have a moderate approach when it comes to Lazetić. Let's allow this kid to grow, because I think this one here is a really good one. So I would give the management a very high rating for this operation. And really, this is the only avenue we can work in right now. This Elliott is not going to be spending 70 million on one player, or 7 million, and giving wages of 7 million. As a matter of fact, guys, we've been talking about this a lot. If we look at Elliott and his spending ability, I think there's a lot to be positive about here, guys, because if you look at the summer, guys, Maldini has a lot of money to make a team that is already very, very good better. Maldini has a lot of money to do that, guys. He has a lot of money to do that. So as I said, this season, maybe we can win the Serie A. I think we should play to win the Serie A. I think they are playing to win the Serie A, and they still believe, because the last thing you have to do in football or in anything in life is stop believing, right? So they're going to believe until the very last moment, until it's still mathematically possible. AC Milan and these players, they're going to believe, and we're going to play to win the Scudetto. If they do, it'd be a massive achievement. But in the process of fighting for the Scudetto, they will secure top 4. And as they secure this top 4, that will guarantee Milan to spend the way they want. Because when you have a Champions League, when you're dangling that Champions League bait on these other players, and being Milan a very prestigious club, those are good cards to have on the table. So I think that in the summer, guys, we won't be worrying so much about Juventus's operation with Vlahovic. Okay, I don't think in the summer we'll be talking about Juve. But the summer, guys, Milan has a great opportunity to finally begin the first stages of greatness. It's going to be this summer that the first stages of greatness we're going to see. That the giant is waking up. The giant has got up. The giant is walking. But this summer is going to be the beginning of the giant starting to run. Because, guys, just think about it from a logical standpoint. Just think about it with me. Let's just do this little thought experiment here. We already have a team that is super kick-ass. We don't need to buy 1,000,000 players. We need to buy a few players. And Milan has more than enough money to buy 4 players this summer. Four mid-tier level players, meaning mid-tier. What I mean is, when I say mid-tier, players that don't cost 80 million, players that don't cost 90 million, players that don't cost 100 million, but players that cost 30 million, players that cost 25, 30, even maybe one that costs 40. The truth is, guys, Vlahovic is not worth 60 million. Vlahovic is not worth 60. Vlahovic is worth 40 million. Vlahovic is worth 35 million. So essentially, we're going to buy players that they're not mid-tier as far as talent, they're mid-tier as far as value. And of course, value means revenue, bro. So Milan this summer is going to be the beginning of the end of this era that Milan fans weren't sure whether or not we're going to win trophies or not. From next season onwards, Milan is going to be a trophy team. Milan is going to be a trophy team. You cannot but not think that, if you look at the logical steps in order to get there. There's just no way around it. There's absolutely no way around it. If you think Milan is going to become weaker next year, I don't know what to tell you. But if you just look at logic, these players, they're getting better. They're getting older, right? The players that we have, the average team age is getting older. So as that happens, Leao is becoming a superstar. Theo Hernández is becoming a superstar. Tonali, guys. Tonali and Leao is like 2 new purchases, okay? It's like we bought 2 new players. Tomori, we have a lot of superstars in this team. This summer, we have an opportunity to put in 4 already high-level players. And then, guys, it's off to the races. It's off to the races. I'm going to lose my mind if we see anyone talking shit about him these next 6-12 months. I don't even think you would need Vlahovic anyway. Their attack ain't the problem. They had Ronaldo last season and still finished 4th. Juve's issue is not the player. Now, maybe this player is going to bring a little bit of an excitement and all that stuff, but Juve's player is basically just their idea of football. The idea of football in Juve is just not very good, guys. I mean, I don't think you need to be an expert to notice that. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's move on, guys. We have a few. All right, so we have let's talk about this Shalke player here that Gazzetta dello Sport is saying that we're close, but we're close to signing this player. And let's see what the deal is. AC Milan are continuing to negotiate with Shalke 04 over Malik Thiaw, but they have 2 alternatives lined up for if it can't get a deal done. Bild in Germany are reporting that Schalke's reporting director Rowan Schroeder rejected the offer that arrived from the RossonARI of 6.5 million, including bonuses, and he has now decided to keep Thiaw, who is under contract until 2024. So as not to jeopardize their chances of promotion. Okay. However, CalcioMercato.com reports that the negotiation between the clubs continues because directors Maldini and Massara have identified in the German under-21 international as a profile in line with the technical economic parameters shared with owners Elliott Management. If the Thiaw deal completely collapses, then the Rossoneri are keeping tabs on 2 other very young players who are similarly seen as profiles for the future. One is Maxime Steve, a 19-year-old left-footed centre-back for Montpellier, while the other is the 20-year-old Italian Mattia Viti of Empoli. Okay. Just more youngsters being linked to AC Milan. I mean, if they want to do a patch-up, just for numbers because of the Chiari, they have 1 central defender less, and they want to keep that same balance. I guess bringing in a youngster makes sense. Honestly, I don't know about this one. I don't. The only thing that I'm seeing here, the parallel, is if you bring in a youngster like this, that means that Gabbia is going up. It's just to send Gabbia out on loan. You're pretty much bringing someone from the second division of the German league, or these 19-year-olds, to become the next Gabbia, and they want to send Gabbia out on loan, get his strength, and see how good he does, and see how he develops, and then if he is good, bring him back in. But this guy is not the replacement of Romagnoli. Is not the replacement of Romagnoli. So Botman, I see as being the main guy that Milan is going to go for, and they're going to need a replacement for Gabbia if Gabbia is going alone. So this operation makes sense this way. It makes sense this way. All right. What's up, Carlo? How you doing, my friend? Florent, what's up, my man? Paul KB, how you doing? Hans, what's up, Hans? Christian, we got Christian in the house. I don't see, let's see. Let me read some comments, guys. Let's dedicate some moments to the chat. You guys are saying a lot of interesting things. Let me read what you're saying. I don't even think you've. Okay, I read that one earlier, and I agreed with that. Well, not their midfield sucks and defense is going to be shit too, but I agree with the concept. I don't see Colombia playing with us for at least the next 2 seasons. He needs game time to grow. He'll be back when he's 22 or 23. And guys, I think that is actually a really good strategy. Bring him back when he's that age. Let's see what he's made of. I understand you, Roy, but I just wish our frugality doesn't cost us a top 4 spot. I still insist we're weak in the camp and center forward department. We need an attacking side in this mercato. Nonso, look, of course, you can always do better, right? You can always get this, get that, and get other players. If Milan are going to address that, it's because they shared your same concern, you know? And I think if Milan does that, it's because they really believe that they need to do that. Now, the question is, if they don't think they need to do that, if they think they're okay when it comes to attack and when it comes to that position, you know, so how are you going to take it then? Are you going to say that they're not doing a good job? So the question is this, that we know that Milan and today the modern way of looking at football is becoming very Americanized, Moneyball, right? It's all about numbers. It's all about numbers. When it comes to numbers, objectively speaking, statistically speaking, Milan needs offensive numbers only to be better than Inter. Okay? But when it comes to being competing against all the other teams, when it comes to scoring goals, when it comes to offensive prowess, Milan is the second best team in Italy, only to Inter. But the issue is the defense. Now, let's not forget one thing. And I know people are enamored with the idea of scoring goals, and because that's football. The most beautiful thing in football is when that ball freaking touches the back of the net. And everybody can agree with that. It's why we watch football. To see that fucking ball go through that rectangle and hit the net. But let's be honest, guys. Serie A, the team, we've done this on this channel already. We can go through every season, going from this one, the one back, all the way to the 60s, to the 50s, to the 40s, to the 30s. And the team that wins is always the team that concedes the least amount of goals. In Serie A, the key to winning the Serie A is not conceding goals. Milan, when it comes to conceding goals, is not in a good position because the numbers are not on their side. While you have Napoli, Inter, and Juventus, who are still in the 15, 16, 17 range of right now. Look, guys, look at the table here. 23 games. AC Milan has conceded, I believe, 23 goals. So they concede 1 goal per match. While Inter at 22 games has 17 goals, Napoli at 15 goals after 23 games, and Juventus is at 17 goals. This statistic is going to be the most important statistic come May. Come May, this is going to be more important than the goals you score. So I honestly understand when it comes to a numerical sense why Milan is going for a defender, why they want to patch up the defense, because numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. You want to win the Scudetto, you have to concede the least amount of goals. It's the rule in Italy. It's the rule in Italy. I don't know. Maybe in the Premier League it's different. In the EPL it's different. In the Bundesliga it's different. La Liga, it's how many goals you score. In Italy, it is also how many goals you score, because in order to win, you got to score goals. But it is don't concede goals. If you want to look at this strategically, if you want to look at this using, logic, you need to patch up the defense. You need to work on your defense. You need to fix that. So for me, it makes sense, all this attention to the defense, guys. It makes sense. Of course, if another attacking midfielder comes, if another striker comes, it's everything is good. Tonali showed Juventus midfield how to play football. Tonali does look great. I prefer Viti out of these three. Italian with Serie A experience, younger than the German, and most importantly, perhaps he's left-footed. I'm not very familiar with Viti, so I can't comment, but I'll take your word for it. Shalke are fighting for promotion in the German second division. What the hell happened to the club? I don't know, right? Shalke was a team that used to always kind of be like top 6, top 10 in Germany. Paul Demers, at what point in the project do you think we need to part ways with Pioli to reach the next level? Padre Pioli. This is a good question. There are two moments this season that I think have impacted Pioli negatively. There are two moments this season that have impacted Pioli negatively, and that have been noticed. They have been noticed. And it was his tactics against Atletico Madrid after the red card, and against Juve. His tactics are very suspicious. I think Pioli lacks. He needs a little, just a little bit, a teaspoon of courage in his way of looking at football. He needs to have a little bit more courage. AC Milan, it's all about courage. It's all about just believing. It's all about magic. This is how AC Milan. The philosophy of AC Milan is courage, determination, and just pure. It's pure. Pioli has shown moments where he doesn't have that courage, and he kind of gets caught in his own mind. Against Juventus, that was not courage against Juve. Against Juve, he should have. His tactics were just off, and I think everybody there noticed. The Maldini noticed. Everybody there noticed. But they probably spoke about it. I hope that they help Pioli. Convince him, don't worry, be courageous, have the courage. I hope Maldini can transmit that courage and that belief to Pioli. I think if Pioli can achieve that's the next stage that he needs. He needs that extra pinch of courage. And it's just a tiny little pinch, a droplet of courage, and then the potion is perfect. But if he doesn't get that courage, guys, then we'll have to go for another coach. What's up, Carlo? All right, guys. Kessié is injured. Let's see what this means. Shalke fighting relegation will fuck in the second division. I would prefer us to buy someone younger that can play in the Primavera for a year and a half. Okay, that makes sense. Liverpool also wants this guy. I think that's a good sign. Yeah, good point. Heard Bremer agreed personal terms with Inter. Now it's up to Torino on how much. Very interesting, this story. Which I think means that Botman is the guy. I hope, guys. I hope. Let's say we sign Botman next season. Do you start him over Kjaer with Tomori? I don't know. We'll have to see what Kjaer looks like in the summer. We'll see what if he looks the same. I think Kjaer is going to be still the main guy. And you're going to have to rotate because the beginning of next season, you have a Serie A every 2 games. Remember, next season is also going to be a more compact season because the World Cup is coming up. You got Champions League. So the more you have four great defenders. Kalulu, let's say, hopefully Botman, Chiaio, Tomori, Romagnoli is leaving. You have those four. Going into the season with 4 high-level central defenders like that, can give you confidence and give you many solutions depending on the games. Ciao, DOA. What's up, my friend? Isco next season. Let's see. Isco has been linked to Milan. Costa de Marfil going to penalties. Guys, what's the story here with the Ivory Coast? Are they winning? Are they losing? What's the story? We need a cam. That's all. Just play Rebic at center forward. Hey, guys. Forza Milan. We got Carletto Ancelotti in the house. Kessié is currently injured, and Ivory Coast are currently on penalties with Egypt. But if Egypt win, Kessié won't be available, guys, because of his injury. Ivory Coast just missed the penalty, guys. Roy is never, ever going to forget that 6-1. Not in a million years. All right, guys. Let's move on. It seems he has no plan B when things don't work, which is worrying. Oh, Pioli. Yeah, sometimes his plan A is also a little bit weird. Thing is, who are you going to replace Pioli with? Who are we going to replace Pioli with? I don't know, guys. I'm not really thinking about it right now. I think Pioli right now is a perfect coach for AC Milan. There are names. I guess Gasperini would be a good. Gasperini is probably sooner or later. Gasperini is going to end his stay at Atalanta. We were talking about this yesterday, guys. Imagine if Gasperini did what he did with Atalanta, but with Milan. Right now, Milan would be in the Champions League 5 years in a row or 4 years in a row. And we play in this system, which it doesn't matter who plays. We're always competitive. Man, what a freaking squad we would be having right now. Ivory Coast heading home, guys. That means Kessié is back sooner rather than later. Gasperini isn't better than Pioli, in my opinion. You know what? There's an argument for that because last time Pioli played Gasperini, Pioli has beaten Gasperini. Pioli can't freaking beat Allegri. Not many coaches can beat Allegri because Allegri doesn't play football. Cassano said he sees Conte in Milan soon. Conte's not at Milan. His style is not Milan. Milan is about freedom. Milan is about expression. Milan is about art. Milan is about doing things that are impossible. Conte is all about control. Conte is all about defense, about being square. Conte does not allow art. So Conte can never be an AC Milan coach. And Cassano doesn't know this because Cassano is an Interista. Cassano deep inside is an Interista. So these are things that he doesn't consider and he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand this. All right, guys, let's continue. Klopp, yes. There you go. Well said, Joe. Klopp would be excellent for Milan. Klopp would be excellent for Milan. But Conte wins. Conte wins. Guys, do you really want to make our team into this? No, I would rather lose with an offensive coach than winning with Conte. I'll say that straight up. I do not want to go. Look at Allegri. Look at what Allegri did with AC Milan. After Allegri changed AC Milan's DNA, right? Because when Ancelotti and Berlusconi, blah, 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 their whole Milan was all about being offensive, about being, superlative, a beautiful football. Then Allegri came in because they thought it was time to become a more muscular team. Look at that DNA that Allegri brought in. Look at what it cost us. It cost us 10 years. 10 years? 7? How many 10 seasons of just nothingness. We need an inspirational coach that knows how to play football, calcio. All right, let's move on, guys. So we saw All right, this one here, guys. I don't think this one here bears much weight. I think this is more of like a gossip, transfer market gossip, rather than transfer market rumors. Could be wrong, but I think Klopp said no to Italy in general due to language or communication, unfortunately. While German coaches will struggle in Italy. In England, for Germans it's easy because English and German are they're not similar, but they're more similar, and the culture is more similar. Uh, Italy and Germany is like two different planets, guys. It's like two different planets. All right, AC Milan is set to explore the idea of bringing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. No, please don't make this happen. Guys, I do not want this to happen. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Hilary Okoli, Carletto Ancelotti, Ivory Coast is out. Meaning Kessié is taking and playing back to Europe. And now the last few days of the Mercato, we're going to find out whether he stays or not. If he does stay, the guy is going to perform at his top level for the last few months at AC Milan. We're going to need him. We're going to need his abilities. And if he leaves, guys, money, money, money. Money, money, money. Aubameyang is finished. It's not 2018 anymore. I do not have any faith in this operation whatsoever. I honestly don't believe this is even possible. Ivory Coast is out, but Kessié's injury, the irony. All right, the Mirror in England are reporting that Milan are keen on signing Aubameyang back over 10 years after he was last at the club, having joined the youth academy and then the senior side, but also having never featured for the first team. They wrote time, but it should have been team. The 32-year-old has not played since the 2-1 defeat to Everton at Goodson Park on December 6th, and he was stripped off the captaincy after a disciplinary breach. That's not good. The report mentions that he wants a new challenge elsewhere, with Milan interested in bringing Aubameyang back to the San Siro. However, the Gabon international currently gets a colossal 350. Oh my God. Thank God we are not Arsenal, guys. Thank God. Imagine if we had a player that we're paying this much with that kind of output. Oh, my Lord. However, the Gabon international currently gets a colossal 350K per week, which is around 420 euros. He makes almost $500,000 a week. Jesus, that makes no sense. And Milan's highest earners, 40-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic on 120. I mean, guys, do you see what we're talking about? Do you guys understand what we're talking about? When Laird and I are saying, yo, Milan is doing things properly. Imagine if we had a player that we're paying $500,000 every week and has disciplinary problems. Like, you're making $500,000 a week. You should not be having any freaking disciplinary problems. Aubameyang entourage are expecting to ask for at least double what Ibra gets in order to return. So he wants $300 million. This guy wants 300K a week. No. Listen, we have done this, okay? We don't need to be like goldfish. Okay? We have done this experiment. It didn't work. Unless you have Berlusconi and Galliani, this experiment here does not work. Milan needs to keep on doing what they're doing. Okay? Leao is a million times better than Aubameyang, and we're not paying Leao nowhere near 300K. And Leao wouldn't even dare to ask 300K. Oh, my Lord. This is crazy. Aubameyang delivers. He's that kind of player. The problem is Arteta. Maybe. But still, guys, these kind of wages for a team that can't even make top 4. And anybody that is jealous of Arsenal's and Dortmund's ability to make Mercato or whatever, you guys need to really look at the big picture here. Arteta's no problems. There's really not Aubameyang, and he can play. Arteta is a problem. If Milan pays 300 a week, 300K a week a player coming up right now in January, then this situation is over. Then Milan is done. We're never going to achieve what we want to achieve. It'll be the end of Milan. Because then this guy here in the locker room will cause a lot of problems. Because then all the other players, hey, wait, how come I'm making 100 a week and he's making 300 a week? I want to make 200 a week. Players like this, guys, cause only problems. No, thank you. No, thank you. Arteta, yeah, okay, I don't buy too much of this. Arteta's a kind of manager who keeps shit players in the team and kick out the good players. I don't know too much about Arteta, so I can't have too many opinions on him. But guys, no way. I wouldn't take Alwell at ridiculous wages. I don't think he's a good influence in the dressing room. He's having a lot of trouble at Arsenal. Roy, that was 3. Still top striker. If you're a top striker, you need to be showing the world that you're a top striker. Okay? If you want to come to Milan and you want to get paid 120 a week, like Zlatan, one thing. But do you think Eastbourne, do you think that Milan should give this guy 300K a week? What is he going to do? Is he going to come to the Serie A and score 30 goals? Is he going to come to the Serie A and be what Ronaldo was for Juve? No way. No way. Is Icardi still available? Icardi, I don't know. Icardi is another one. How can we categorize Diaz's performance this season? I read that all Diaz's assists this season was without Ibra being on the pitch. Their connection is not working at all. And that's a good statistic. That's a good stat. And I think, we spoke about it. It's because Ibra likes to be the player that does the last move, the last assist. For example, when Rebic is the striker, if Brahim Diaz has the ball, Rebic is running into space, so there Brahim Diaz can give him an assist into space. If Ibrahimovic is the striker, Zlatan is not running into space. He's coming back to collect the ball, and then to become the playmaker. Basically, when Ibrahimovic is on the pitch, Diaz's job is to give to send out the ball in Ibrahimovic's vicinity, so then Ibrahimovic can become the playmaker. I'm not talking about now, Roy. They gave him the contract 2-3 years back while he was still. Oh, got you. Back then it was also way too much. But let's also be honest. I mean, the guy is making $500,000 a week. This guy is making $500,000 a week. Yo, he's kicking a ball, guys. I don't see his name on many shirts while I'm in the soccer fields around the world. I'm not seeing many Aubameyang shirts. He was very good, and I think that Milan made a big mistake, obviously, in losing this player. We could have made a huge investment with this player. But 500 million a week, 500K a week, it's still a lot. It's still a lot for Milan. 120. I don't even want him at 120. You know what? I don't even want him at 120. At 120. I'd rather have someone more, even better. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's move on to the next article. Egypt, guys, go through. This means that Kessié, injured, returns to AC Milan. Ivory Coast sends us back an injured Kessié. The management isn't in the business of buying older players and giving them wages double the amount of Zlatan's. I doubt Maldini wants him either. He wants harmony in the dressing room above else. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think that this particular article is just a gossip clickbait. The Mirror, guys. It's the Mirror, Like the Mirror is prime propaganda. Mirror is all about propaganda. So this is just gossip. They love gossiping in England, right? The English love the gossips, and the Mirror is one of those outlets that allows many to gossip. So this one is definitely not true, guys. This one is. I don't think it's true. If it is true, it's the end of me. If this is true, it's the end of AC Milan. It's the end. Ibra should just try to be the fox in the box. I hate it when he drops. If he doesn't do that, Brahim has to go in and do what Ibra should do. His biggest strength is dribbling. I agree with you, Arpit. I think Ibra is best served in that area, in front of goal, next to the goal, and kind of keep it there. And that's what he should be allowed to do. That's why he performed really well with Rebic up top. Correct. All right, guys. So this Aubameyang thing, we're not going to take it seriously. If it is, then it is. Whatever, From Spain, Barcelona plot on getting Kessié. Raiola is involved in this operation, and this will convince Haaland to go to Barcelona. So Kessié is the key for Haaland to go into Barcelona? I don't think so. We don't try sign Vlahovic and go for Alba and triple the wages, probably. I smell BS. Yeah, that is also a good point. Aubameyang wants double of what Vlahovic is getting paid. Barcelona have accelerated the pursuit of Kessié, eyeing a free transfer when his Milan contract expires, with Mino Raiola and Haaland behind it. This is strange. Dodgy. According to Catalunya Radio via Barça Universal, the signing of the Kessié could be key for Barca's chances to sign Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund in the summer transfer window, when the race to land the Norwegian will really get underway. Okay, this one is weird, guys. The source reports that although Mino Raiola does not officially represent Kessié as his agent, the super agent intervened in the player's negotiation with Milan over the extension of a contract, from which we can infer that he raised the demands to Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara, leading to the situation stalling. George Atangana is officially Kessié's representative, but it would not be the first time a big agent has been drafted in to help with a complex negotiation, especially when Europe's elite clubs are involved in a potential transfer. I'm going to take this one with a grain of salt. This could be completely just manufactured, this piece of news. And it's not the first time, because Spain has a culture when it comes to the transfer market of literally making shit up. Like for example, you guys saw the whole Cristiano Ronaldo thing and Chiringuito and all that stuff. Cristiano Ronaldo going back to Real Madrid. You guys remember that? Spain is, when it comes to fake news and gossip and all this kind of stuff, Spain, out of all the European countries, is probably the worst one. They're probably, in the hierarchy of just coming up with crap, Spain is number one in Europe. So this one here, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not too positive about this one. I mean, do you guys just think of this from a logical standpoint? Kessié is going to convince Haaland? Does Kessié have all this clout that if Kessié goes to Barcelona, one of the greatest prospects on planet Earth is going to be convinced, right? Really? Kessié? Are your standards that low? I mean, Kessié still has to show us what he's made of, right? This one here sounds a little bit, it's a little bit fishy to me. Inter apparently agreed on terms with Bremer for the summer. Transfer market is proven to be difficult. Qatar will probably bend over since it's not Milan. I want Berardi. Why would anyone lie about Raiola impacting Kessié's situation? I don't. Seems like a very random thing to lie about. Clickbait. Just gossip. Bada Boyan report is BS. No way he's going to join Milan. His gold Lambo will cost more than Milan's team. Safe, of course, guys. Again, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that it is I'm saying I'm going to be a little bit skeptical whether this is true or not because it doesn't make sense. I mean, does Raiola see Kessié as the greatest midfielder right now? The midfielder that will bring Barcelona to the next level? It is possible because I do think Kessié is great, but this one is just fishy to me, guys. All right, let's move on to the next article. Let's see what else is going on in the world of AC Milan, ragazzi. Forza Milan. Guys, like the video, please. Please like the video. Click that like button. Do it for Milan. Every time you click that like button, the possibility of a great player coming to AC Milan comes to fruition. It's because you don't click that like button enough that we're not getting players like Vlahovic and them others. And in memory of the great goleador, let's do a little bit of this. The Inzaghi moment. Magico Milan vinci per noi. Yes, sir. All right. I want Belotti this winter, renew Theo and now for $6 million. Belotti would be a great signing, I believe. I believe Belotti is a great opportunity because he's a player that the wages are not crazy. He's not going to ask for crazy wages. And he's a player that you're going to give him only one contract. This contract, and then that's it. Then the next contract, it's going to be a downgrade because it's going to be unless he becomes fucking I don't know what. But the Belotti thing just makes sense. He's a striker that is 27, 28. He's between 27 and 29. So he's in his physically in his peak. He needs a new platform to explode. The AC Milan environment will help him do that. But more so than Belotti being this great player, I'm not saying that. But just from a logical standpoint, Belotti is a great opportunity. He knows the Serie A. He's a Milanista. If you're a Milanista, you play even better for Milan, right? Even though that is not always the case. But in this Milan that is working, Belotti would work with it too. Free. Okay, free. You only have to pay a salary. So now you have Belotti in your team, and you have all this other money that you can spend on the transfer market. So let's get that right winger now. Let's get that attacking midfielder. We have a striker for free. Let's get another attacking midfielder. Let's have Rebic, Belotti, Giroud, and maybe let's get a big right winger, a Berardi, or whatever, or any other player that you guys think will be that level. It is a possibility, but we will see what happens. I mean, it's just trying to connect dots together that are probably just speculations. Lea, Belotti, Rebic, Berardi, yes sir, yes sir. Moretti, Messi, that's UCL quality. Safe and jar, hope you're well, my friend. All right, guys, let's move on to the next article. Let's see what else we have today in the world of AC Milan. And then, of course, we're going to look at Serie A. Guys, actually, let's go to the official news. We have our official live page from Gazzetta giving us updated official. So the most important thing here, we do have this thing about Aubameyang does not. Aubameyang is on his way out. Yeah. Fiorentina, Cabral joins Fiorentina. They bought him from Basilea, 14 million plus 2 bonuses. He was going to sign 5 years contract. So Cabral from Basilea goes to Fiorentina. Alvarez, the young Argentinian that Milan was after, is about to end up at City. He just needs to sign the contract. That is pretty much a done deal. The next Agüero, that was a great opportunity for Milan. Unfortunately, Man City beat us to him. Caprari stays at Verona. Dembele maybe towards Chelsea, and also Dembele, another player that has been linked with AC Milan. Leonardo talking to Dembele's agent. Pellegrini goes to Torino, so he's doing his medicals at Torino. Ciao Pellegrini. Pellegrini is history at this point. Calvert-Lewin, so the player that Lazetic really likes and wants at AC Milan, looks like he's about to leave Everton and he's going to go to Atletico Madrid for 40 million. So I'm sure Lazetic will not be happy about that. He will definitely not be happy about that. And those are the more interesting. Those are the more interesting official pieces of news. Everything else, Orsolini. Yeah. So that's pretty much the more interesting things happening right now in the world of Serie A and possibly Europe, if you want. Right, check this out. Darwin Núñez, he's 22, Benfica striker. Leao, Belotti, Berardi up front, Tonali, Ibrahim, Benacer, Midfield, Theo, Tomori, Baumann, Calabria is good at the winners. I agree with that. I mean, yeah. We can even get another striker, guys. There's even space for another striker. Pellegrini, what a signing. That works for that one. Yeah, Pellegrini just did not work out. Pellegrini did not work out. Anyway, guys, let's go back to the world of AC Milan and see what else is happening. If there are any other interesting articles that we want to read. Okay, well, let's look at this one here. It covers two stories right now, which are Romagnoli being called up for the national team, guys. Wow. After such a long time. Also, guys, there's Balotelli of the national team. That's something that maybe we can discuss and opinionate on. More will be known about the condition of Zlatan from Thursday, while Alessio Romagnoli is no longer with the squad. Milan News are reporting that Ibrahimovic carried out a personal training session at Milanello this morning, as was scheduled, and tomorrow the Swede will carry out further checks to determine how he is after he came off on Sunday night. So they're still determining the situation with Ibra. The Swede started the game against Juventus at San Siro, but was forced to come off after less than half an hour after sustaining a problem with his Achilles tendon. And remember, guys, the Achilles tendon was an injury that was holding him back earlier this season. Okay, so this is a reoccurring injury. With head coach Stefano Pioli confirming the problem and also claiming that the 40-year-old blamed the hard pitch. Meanwhile, the news has also emerged that Alessandro Bastoni of Inter will not be available for the Italy training camp at Coverciano over international break. So head coach Roberto Mancini has called up Milan defender Alessio Romagnoli to join Calabria, Florenzi, and Tonali, 4 AC Milan players in the national team. AC Milan has always been a great squad when they had Italian internationals. Because those Italian internationals in Italy are very important. People need to really understand how important the domestic players are for their leagues. And it's the same thing in Spain. Those Spanish players that play for the national team but also play for the clubs, they give to those clubs. Those are very important pieces of the puzzle that you need. So the more players that we have in the Italian national team, the better. The better. And it's just, like it or not, it's just the way it is. Very good news here. Regarding Balotelli in the national team, actually, let's see if we can find a list of the national team players. Because it's, you could argue a little bit, not controversial, but a little bit desperate from Italy, right? João Pedro. Is João Pedro a player that Italy needs to rely on? Obviously, it doesn't. It feels a little bit wrong, right? Because João Pedro is Brazilian, and he was asked pretty much to change his citizenship because of this reason. It's almost like purchasing a player for the national team rather than a player that developed in the country for the national team. So it's a weird kind of situation. I don't mind it. I don't care. I think it's good. I like João Pedro. I think this is going to give Italy more solutions. It's going to be pretty interesting. But then you have also Felipe Luis, or whatever his name is, the guy from Lazio, another player. Uh, I don't know. It seems a little bit desperate, but the player that I'm very curious to see is going to be Balotelli. I wonder if Balotelli, who his whole career, his whole life, it seemed to me like the national team was always the biggest prize for him. That's where he dreamed as a child to lift the World Cup with that blue shirt, and Balotelli has a very special relationship with the national team. The problem with Balotelli is always going to be his personality, and that's always going to be an issue because Balotelli is someone that maybe in times where you need to be relaxed, you need to be calm, you need to be collected. He'll do the opposite, and that can send the locker room in disarray. As a matter of fact, Giaccherini came out today. Giaccherini said that Italy's making a big mistake bringing Balotelli back to the national team because even though Balotelli has great numbers, he's very unpredictable, similar to Cassano, and will do things that can completely disrupt the harmony of a locker room. They can disrupt the harmony of an entire project. And when we look at especially like national teams, the most important thing is the unity of the players. It is that family mentality. And really, the thing that Italy has always been very good at, not necessarily its football, but its ability to sacrifice for one of the other, and this idea of looking at yourself smaller than the whole. I don't think Balotelli has not showed the ability to do that. He seems to be a player that is very impulsive when it comes to his character, and that he needs to figure out his head. Now let's see. He's 31 now. He's been out of the picture as far as Serie A goes. Is his impact with the national team going to be good or positive? It'd be a great story if he gets the winner against and sends out Cristiano Ronaldo. It'd be a great story. I think if he does that, it would be his right to have a spot in the squad. Now, I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to be very, very, very adamant about how I say this. I don't think that Balotelli in the national team is going to make. I think that if you take this national team, the national team that won the Euros, and you put Balotelli in that team instead of Immobile, Italy is not winning the Euros. And I mean that. And I really believe that. You put Balotelli in that context, Italy is not winning the Euros. And because it's about that ability to amalgamate yourself with the locker room, the ability to amalgamate yourself with the squad, the ability to sacrifice your ego for the squad, the ability to be a family. Can Balotelli do that? That is the big question. Is Balotelli still at Monza? No, he's in Turkey right now. Why do you say that Milan is a bigger club than Napoli? Of course, Milan is a bigger club than Napoli, guys. How is that a question? All right, let's go on to the next articles. Let's see what else we have. Let's see if there's any more information regarding Kessié. I think that's it. If you guys have any information regarding Kessié, please let me know. Let's move on right here. All right. So we read all of these here. Where are we on time? Okay, we're good on time, guys. We're good on time. All right, here are very interesting articles. And yeah, guys, remember, we have Lazetić, but we also have Adli. Let's go back into the world of AC Milan. And let's look at this one. I want to see this one. This is a video? If this is a video, I'm going to watch it. One of AC Milan's summer signings continues to show that he could be a very big part of the club's core moving forward. On deadline day night, Milan announced the signing of Ali from Bordeaux in a deal which was completed before the Italian transfer window closed at 8 p.m. The midfielder, who turned 21 last month, has signed a 5-year contract with RossonARI, and it was agreed that Ali would be sent back to the French side on loan for the season, as all of you know. Ali has 1 goal and 6 assists for Bordeaux in 22 leagues games during what has been a disappointing campaign for the team so far, and he has even given the captain's armband for the most recent games, which shows how important he is to them at the age of just 21. Ali was given the captain's armband, guys. Look at that. All right, let's check out this video. Let's see how good he did. Let's see. All right. Okay. Wow, nice ball. Damn. Oh wait, it's not. This is different games. Is this just a compilation of highlights? Or what? Oh, he's hugging the touchline here, yeah? Oh, nutmeg. Wow, nutmeg. Let's see what he does. 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 What does he do? What does he do? Oh, he finds that guy. Interesting. Wow, nice ball, guys. Damn. All right. Well, good job here keeping the ball. Who does he remind you guys of? Who does he remind you of? Nice. All right, this was his last assist. What do you guys think? Nay or yay? Good? He kind of has a little bit of a Pirlo-esque look to him. Hold on. I got it. Sorry. Let me do this so we can see him properly. All right. He kind of does have a Pirlo-esque look to him, yeah. So we're thinking he's going to be a center midfielder, but more a la Krunic, so advanced center midfielder. Let's see what he does. Nice ball. He's got a very good long ball. He knows how to switch the field very nicely. Let's see what he does here. Nice ball. This is really clever. Wow, what a clever ball. Guys, this is very Pirlo-esque right here. But look at the vision. Look at the vision here. That's a very good sign, right? I think we can agree on this. So right there. So he's right here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He knows this player is up here. He's got all the space up there. I mean, this is a good ball. This is a very difficult ball, guys, in that kind of pressure. So good, nice. Okay. Nice. Yes, guys. That's it. That's it. The through ball. Okay. Boom. Channel through. Wow. Look at that. Guys, he does that. He does something like and he scored too. Holy shit. Guys, he does this at the San Siro. San Siro is going crazy. If he does this play at the San Siro is going crazy. Right there. Boom. He does that play at the San Siro in front of the curva. He becomes a legend instantaneously. Nice. He's got very good vision, huh? He's got very good vision. He kind of looks scrawny a little bit, kind of like the Pirlo-esque kind of scrawny thing, right? Yeah, he's got a beautiful long ball, guys. Beautiful long ball. Look at that. Very nice. Nice. Wow. Found the guy right there. Holy shit. Let's go. Okay. He's good, man. He's good. He's a youngster, 21. He's probably very excited. Ali has 1 goal and 6 assists for Bordeaux in 22 league games. Those are poor numbers, I gotta say. Those are not very good numbers. And well, it depends. If he's a midfielder, I see some of you guys saying he's supposed to be an attacking midfielder. But if he's a midfielder, that's not bad. That was not terrible. Ali and Tonali would dominate in the double pivot. Zidane, he does have a little bit of Zidane in him. With Benacer, Tonali, and Benacer's midfield three, we don't need a can. We can have every forward trying to lay it off. Who's going to tap it in? I checked the Ali last match. The next Gorkuf, that would be terrible. Fiver Berardi for right wing, not bad. I'm all about that. Puskas award easily, but unlucky was counted. Oh, it was Vitrivella. Right. Not Vitrivella. The Raboda. He scored with Raboda, right? Okay. Very interesting stuff, guys. Let's move on to the next thing here. There were some other interesting articles. All right, guys, let's move on. What is this about? The promise Theo Hernández made one day. The promise Theo Hernández made on day one at Milan and the details of his renewal. Okay, let's see. It is now pretty much common knowledge that AC Milan will soon announce that Theo Hernández. No, he scored from his halfway center circle. Oh, wow. Nice. It's now pretty much common knowledge that AC Milan will soon announce that Theo Hernández has extended his contract. And the details of the agreement are beginning to emerge. Oh, wait. So he already did it? He already extended the contract? Okay. CalcioMercato.com reports that despite the interest from other top European clubs, Theo has made the choice to stay at Milan, the club that have given him confidence, where he found in Paolo Maldini as a guide and a friend. The Frenchman reached a total agreement with the RossonARI management to renew his deal until 2026 with an option for another season, as he wants to fulfill a promise made on his first day at Milanello, to become the number one in the world in his role by writing new pages in Milan's history. Booyakasha. Theo's agent is expected in Italy in the next few days to sort out the very last details and sign. An official announcement should arrive within the next week to 10 days, and the salary will go from 1.5 per season to 4 million plus bonuses. Very good news. Very good news. And it's good because then he can get another contract, go even higher. It's much better than going with a big contract right now. And then it's going to be it's the right thing. I'm surprised that this means that this kid here, even though he looks like a DJ and he looks like he's a party animal, it seems like he's got his morals, his sporting morals, nice and solid. Good parents, probably. Who knows? Do you guys think loaning Diaz for now was better than to sign him out right now? Do you guys think loaning Diaz for now was better than to sign him out, right? Yes, I think it's a good deal because we get to see what he's made of, and we get to see who knows, and there might be more to this loan deal. Who knows? But right now we have Diaz for this season and next season. Diaz is a great player. Unfortunately, he's getting a lot of shit right now, which he doesn't deserve. Renato is boss. Renato Sanchez looks like he's coming to Milan, guys. It looks like Tonali, Kessie, Sanchez midfield. I can get behind. Yes, my dream, Carlo Moretti, is exactly that. Kessié resigns and we get Sanchez, and then you can play Sanchez and Diaz. The two number 10s. And put Ali in there too, put Bega in there, put all of them. Not great, to be honest. No, Ali, you're forgetting Krunic. Unpopular opinion, but true. I think the only big mistake management made this season was letting Hakan leave to Inter for 1 million. Controversial. This one is going to get everybody upset. I was a big fan of Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I thought he was doing a great job with Milan. I thought in the locker room he was great. A lot of people do not share this opinion with me. I think he's a fantastic football player, and he was. And but history is history. We must look to the future, and the future is not Çalhanoğlu. So it's okay. It is totally okay. All right, guys, let's see what else we got here. Then maybe we're going to start to move to Serie A once again. Ali can get into the World Cup squad if he keeps performing the same with Milan next season. We may see Theo Hernández and Ali playing in the... Now, guys, imagine that. Imagine this, Eastbourne. We have 3 players that are playing in the international, French international team. We have 3 players that are playing in the Italian international team. We have, that's good. This is good. This is good. We got Nathan in the house. What's up, Nathan? What's up? How you doing, my man? Prometheus says, good, that snake left for just 1 million. Okay, let's keep on going. All right, this player here. Actually, when I saw him play against us, I was thinking this could be a very interesting prospect. Empoli has a number of players that can be very, very interesting to AC Milan's cause. And there are quite a few of them, and let's talk about them. AC Milan have been linked with a number of potential signings to improve their attacking trident behind the center forward, and 2 names are confirmed as being of interest. Milan are expected to have to reinforce almost all departments during the summer window, including the attack. And according to what Daniele Longo reported on his Instagram Live, there are profiles being evaluated. One of the new ones is Nedim Bayrami of Empoli. Guys, Bayrami is a player that scored that amazing goal against us, that diagonal. If you remember that goal against that game against Empoli when we beat Empoli 4-2, one of the Empoli goals was that amazing diagonal from the side from Bayrami. It was a diagonal volley in the bottom corner. It was good. So Bayrami is a very good prospect, only 22, and he's Albanian, guys. So imagine having Bayrami at Milan. Lart is going to go crazy. Having eliminated Serie B in the past 2 seasons and having made the step up to the top flight, well, with 6 goals in 21 league appearances. For an attacking midfielder, those are good numbers, including a goal against Milan. As per Daniele Longo, he has a name that Milan like, but they are not currently negotiating for him. While the same can be said for Romain Favre of Brest. However, a lot of what happens depends on the future of Junior Messias, given he can play the role of right winger or playmaker, with the RossonARI needing to decide whether to use their option to buy him from Crotone or not. Bayrami actually is a very good prospect. Empoli has also Parisi, that could be a very good number 2 to Theo Hernández. They have Pinamonti, who is an exceptional football player. Pinamonti. That could be an interesting. Maybe Inter is going to get rid of him. Maybe we can swoop up. Nathan says, I'm working as always, but join. Any good news today? Nathan, the good news is that Ivory Coast was eliminated by Egypt, meaning Kessié is coming back sooner rather than later. But the bad news is that Kessié got injured during this game. So Ivory Coast is sending back an injured Kessié to us. Good news, bad news. Other than that, just the usual. Why aren't we signing Belotti now instead of waiting until next summer? Torino is doing great without him. He's injured, and I'm sure they take a low offer instead of losing him for free. I totally 100% agree with the ACM guy. Good evening, Nathan. The ACM guy is Zlatan, Giroud, and Lazetić. That's already too many strikers. If guys, we need to buy refs. I totally agree with Skiller. I totally agree. I'm all about rigging the Serie A so we reach top 4. Honestly, guys, I've said it before, and I know it's kind of a joke, but I also kind of do mean it. I wish that Serie A was rigged so Inter, Milan, and Juve finish top 4 every year. Guys, we need to buy refs now. If Zlatan ruptured his Achilles again, he's done. Giroud hasn't been spectacular, and Lazetić has 1 professional goal, and he's 17 years old. I wouldn't say we have Giroud, Zlatan, and Lazetić. I would like to have Zlatan, Giroud, Belotti, and Lazetić. Lazetić is not going to have a major impact. At least I don't think so. Milan will be busy once again. Yes, sir. All right. Bayrami, Empoli, guys. Empoli could be a team with some very interesting players. Guys, like the video, guys. Please like the video. We still have a little bit more to go today, so we're going to keep on going. Let's see what other articles we have. A lot of good articles, a lot of good stuff about Milan today, Bongo. It seems like the Vlahovic tornado has passed, and we are all back to our serene senses. Let's move. Let's see what else we got. This one here looks interesting. Braida, guys, an old friend of AC Milan, an old friend, Braida and Berlusconi, guys. Look at these two. Look at these two mafiosi. These guys deserve a lot of respect, guys. These guys deserve a lot of respect. These guys helped this other man achieve the impossible. These two were loyals. And what they did for this club, they were behind the scenes. They were making the moves. They were the guys in the offices doing all the deals. Maldini Massara, right there. Maldini Massara. This is the old Maldini Massara. Now we have Maldini Massara. But this is what they gave us, and we can only but be thankful. Okay, Maldini should ordering their players from Wish. Respect Galliani. Rebic, a striker incoming. Oh, Rebic, yeah, you can also put Rebic as a striker, 100%. All right, let's see what Braida says about Paolo Maldini. Braida, very important in the history of AC Milan. Oh, look, we have a nice little interview with him. Okay. He's a very knowledgeable. He knows the ins and outs. Let's see if we can find out anything interesting from him. It is clear that a center. Okay, hold on. Let's start with the first question. This is going to be good. I like this. Former AC Milan director Aredo Braida has backed Paolo Maldini for the work he has done so far and has also urged the RossonARI to wrap up the signing of Sven Botman. What is Gosens doing in the middle of the picture behind? Braida gave an interview to calciomercato.com during which he spoke about. Gotta watch out for these videos. Braida gave an interview to calciomercato.com during which he spoke about his vision to back young Italian players at his current club, Cremonese, but also commented on his former club, Milan, and some of the players in their orbit. Can Colombo be the center forward of the future for Milan? Great question. Colombo knows what I think of him. He is a good guy, but he needs to mature. The time will tell whether or not he will be a Milan player. Okay, great question, conservative answer. How much do you like the current Milan, and can they compete for the Scudetto? Having left the Champions League, I think he will be competitive. What? Having left the Champions League, I think he will be competitive in the league until the end. I think Milan will be competitive too. But they're a bit incomplete, and the last few games show it. The team has dropped. They will fight for the title, but something is missing at the moment. Milan does not have. Okay? Would you have already signed a defender in the winter repair market? And here he goes, guys. Here we go. It is clear that a center-back would be useful. As a fan, I can say that the French friends have spoken very highly of Botman to me. He could be an ideal player for Milan. So, Braida also believes that the defense is what is missing. Calciomercato.com are reporting that Maldini and Massara have no intention of giving up on Botman and are convinced they can sign him in the summer, adding that Milan are well on the way to reaching the finish line. Okay. And there's already an agreement in principle over a 4-year contract. All very good news today. The two clubs are negotiating a deal at around 27 million as a fixed sum, with additional bonuses to reach a maximum of 33 million. Milan is about to spend big in the market, guys. Now let's see how well they do when they spend big. Another figure that Braida knows well is Paolo Maldini, who was a player when he was at Milan between 86 and 2013, occupying roles as both CEO and sporting director. It was a period in which the club managed to win virtually everything under the ownership of media tycoon Silvio Berlusconi. Pirlo was at the match Milan versus Juve. Who do you think he was supporting? Milan. Prometheus. Milan. What do you think of Maldini's work as manager? He was a great player. He represents the history of Milan. On the market, I think he worked in line with the club's expectations. I think he did a great job, even if, in my opinion, there's still a lot to do to bring Milan to be competitive at the highest levels. What happened to Milan and Barcelona, big clubs where he was, today with a difficult economic situation? What has changed in international football? These are good questions. These are really good questions. Really good questions. My Milan was magical, a moment that will repeat itself who knows when. Even if now they're trying to get back to the top. In Barcelona, on the other hand, some follies have been made, difficult to explain. You have to know how to make the right assessments. If the clubs go wrong, it is because sometimes the people who lead them are not up to their role. If the managers are good, the results will come. We see it also here in Italy, even if I don't mention names. All right. He believes, yeah, I mean, he's saying what we all say. Pretty, didn't drop a lot of knowledge, to be honest. Just saying whatever. Um, yeah, Milan definitely still in its journey. In this journey, Maldini is doing a great job. Maldini is going to kick ass. He's going to bring us what we want. I was hoping for a little bit more juice there, but not much. Not much. Okay, guys, let's keep on going. Let's do one more AC Milan article, and then let's move to Serie A. Let's see if there are any updates with official news. Any official news? Salernitana going in for Zarate, guys. You remember Zarate? Diego Costa was also linked to Salernitana. Bologna official Pape Sacco from Pescara. Crotone Bencone from Torino. All right, guys. Last article, last AC Milan article. This one here. I don't know if you guys remember this player. I think this was the Venezuelan player. Yes, here we go. AC Milan will not be able to register young midfielder Hugo Cuenca in the January transfer window as they had hoped, according to a report. Cuenca's name was circulated earlier this season when CalcioMercato.com reported that an agreement was reached with his side Deportivo Capacha on the basis of 500k fee plus 10% of the future resale. Milan beat many great European clubs to his signing, as per the report, and he was at San Siro last month to see the game against Liverpool. According to the latest from Milan News, the Rossoneri hoped to register the teenager in January, but for bureaucratic reasons, the operation will not take place within the current transfer window. What happens now remains to be seen, but it can be inferred that Milan will have to wait for the summer to officially welcome him into the Primavera, or potentially the operation could yet be abandoned if the bureaucratic issues are serious. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate to hear. Unfortunate to hear. Sanitaria San Diego Costa rebringing Zarate to knock out referees. Next week, Derby would feel so empty without the curva, and I guess no tifo display or any choreography involved. As I think he's born, I believe that the attendance in February is going to go back to normal capacity. I could be wrong about this. I think that's what I read. Okay, let's move on. Is there anything else here of interest? And I think we're done with AC Milan for the day. Ooh, look at this one. I mean, this is what makes sense, guys. This to me makes sense. These three, and add another one. Add another one. Milan can get Milan could get these three players plus one more. You add these four players, you put him with a group that we already have, guys, it's the beginning of the begin. It's the beginning of elite football. It's a beginning of eliteness. These three, these three plus one more, get the Champions League again, fight for the Scudetto. Then the following season, you have a fucking stacked team. Oh my god, what a stacked team you got! And then next season, maybe you can get another, because next season you're gonna have even more money to spend. Of course, the wages are gonna go up, so that is relative. Also, you gotta think about that. Um, Next season, no, in 2 seasons from now, I think Milan will be ready to get a big player. It could be either in 2 seasons or 3 seasons from now. Milan can get a big player, realistically. Um, because essentially, once you patch up the team and you go into season three into the Champions League, and you're going into that summer transfer market of season three into the Champions League, now you have a super stacked squad of champions, of super good players. You have 70, 80, 90 million to spend in the market. You can do small little operations here and there, but now you can spend that big sum for a big player. Guys, it's progression, logic progress. It's like Legos, one brick at a time, one brick at a time. Wish my team had a YouTube channel like this one, Money Getter. What team do you support? Salernitana. Oh yeah, I read that. I read that. All right, let's see what this says. AC Milan have not been able to spend big during the January transfer window, but they already have free operations lined up for the summer, a report claims. This morning edition of Tutto Sport via Milan News devotes a section to Milan's summer strategy, leading with the title, Milan are already in the future. I love that. Expect for a sensational twist in the last 3 days of the winter transfer window. But RossonARI's big investments are postponed to the summer when at least one purchase per department is planned. The management are still looking for a long-term center back, and a favorite remains with Sven Botman of Lille, which, guys, reports are claiming that Sven Botman has agreed to a 4-year deal with AC Milan. While the midfielder of Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara have their eye on is Renato Sanchez, who another report today said, Carlo Laudiza said that also terms with the player have been met. So it's just up to the clubs now. And both clubs have a great relationship. I mean, it's the same freaking people. The management of the owners of the Lille are the same owners of AC Milan. This could play a great in our favor. Like every team has like a feeder team. Lille, which by the way kicked our ass 2 years ago, are they our feeder team? Not bad. The management, yeah, I read that. A striker should arrive too, given the advanced age of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Oliver Giroud, with the paper claiming that Andrea Belotti could arrive on a free transfer and finally realize his dream of playing for his boyhood club, as his contract is expired in June with Torino. Um, the the 13 USL one, Real Madrid, huh? Wow. Roy, do you think Maldini can be better than Galliani or even Brighton in coming years? I think if Maldini can achieve sustainability and he can achieve this objective of bringing Milan into this realm of sustaining itself and being a club that produces champions, I think that would be huge. I think that'll be I think that'll be huge, huge. Of course, Galliani won 5 Champions Leagues. He won a lot of Scudettis. He won intercontinental cups, European Super Cups, Ballon d'Ors. He brought in players that won Ballon d'Ors. So, I mean, that is basically the difference between Jupiter and and the moon, right? So Maldini cannot be compared to Galliani. They cannot. But if Maldini can bring Milan to this level, then at that point Maldini will have done great things. And also, Let's see what Maldini does. Can he win 5 Champions Leagues? I don't know, guys. That's big. The problem with the Berlusconi era is this. This is the problem. How are you going to repeat that? You need a very special situation in order to repeat that. So very difficult to answer. Very difficult to answer. The takes from the channel are much more level-headed compared to IFTV. Yeah, those guys are just crazy. Still don't know what your team is. It's Barcelona. It's Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Welcome to the second best of only 7, which can be compared to 13. By the way, Bailey was really good, even though he missed a penalty. Okay. Just signing reliable players and playing good football is no guarantee to success. Our opponent needs to fail as well if we want to win trophies. True. We watch IFTV for Antonio. Man, I would love to bring Antonio here. And do a little segment with Antonio. In the future, it will be done. All right, guys, let's move away from AC Milan. Let's see what else is happening in the world of Serie A and Italy, maybe Europe. But as far as AC Milan goes, we've read everything. We are well informed about everything that has happened today. So let's see what other. Let's see if there's something Sempre Milan missed. Let's remember that Sempre Milan is a website that collects reports of AC Milan from all different other kind of websites. All right, so Sempre Milan does not do its own journalism. Sempre Milan is basically collects the works of other journalists. So let's see if there's something that they missed. Aubameyang asking for double Ibrahimovic's salary to secure Milan's return. Kessié are central to Milan's plans, but Maldini wants to close Botman deal with terms agreed. Guys, so this is the messaging coming out right now. The terms have been agreed. I do want to believe that, and I think it is true. Ibrahimovic tendon problem to be further evaluated. We read that. Brian praises Maldini. European football. Let's look at European football. Chelsea inch closer to landing French defender in 55 million deal. Who are we talking about? Medical booked in for Bruno Guimaraes, as French expert explained the Lyon statement. Arsenal remain in pursuit of 24-year-old Portuguese Renato Sanchez. So right now, Renato Sanchez is a player that is also being contested with Arsenal. I do think that Milan probably can't compete when it comes to wages. But I think in footballing terms, there's no comparison. Milan today is miles above Arsenal. Miles above Arsenal. Real Madrid will not terminate Ranieri's loan deal with Dortmund. All right. Let's move on to Serie A. Mirabelli di Calcio Padova. AFTV is a Serie A version of AFTV. What's AFTV? Yes, Antonio would be great. We should bring Antonio here. AC Milan is my favorite team in Italy. Great story. Good to see them competing for the #1 spot. Yes, and we are slowly but surely getting up there, money getter. All right. Let's see if there's anything else of interest here of the Serie A. Gosens and Caicedo, guys, to have intermedicals tomorrow, guys. Look at this one. Gosens and Caicedo. Really? Wow. Guys, this one is big, huh? Inter making some serious moves. This one is big. The negotiation progress. So Robin Gosens will have his intermedical tomorrow after a 25 million plus bonuses deal with Atalanta, confirming his agent. Well, Felipe Caicedo is also expected to sign tomorrow from Genoa, guys. These are serious reinforcements. The negotiation progressed rapidly for Gosens over the last 24 hours. This is a much more serious reinforcement than Vlahovic at Juventus. This is much more. This is actually Marotta, showing why he's Marotta. The negotiations progressed rapidly for Gosens over the last 24 hours, and all the details were finalized, including personal terms worth 2.5 million per season plus bonuses until June 2026. The deal with Inter is done, agent Paolo Busardo told FC Inter. The move is worth 25 million plus bonuses. Tomorrow he will have his medical. Robin Gosens is an Inter player. It is expected to be a loan with obligation to buy, which allows Inter to spread the cost of the operation over 2 seasons. This isn't the only player joining Inter on Thursday, because also expected for his medical is Caicedo. Let's look at it. It's expected to be a loan with the obligation to buy. So they're doing what Juventus is doing pretty much with Kessié and all that stuff. Caicedo was specifically requested by coach Simone Inzaghi, having saved him so many times as a super sub at Lazio. The Ecuador international does not mind being on the bench when called up and is an understudy to Edin Dzeko. Wow. This is big moves. These are big moves. Now, of course, if you ask me, would I rather have Theo Hernández or Gosens, I'm going to say Theo Hernández every day. So I'm not jealous of Gosens. I prefer Theo Hernández. If you have Gosens and Theo Hernández, one is on the bench and one is playing. So I still think we have a better one, but mamma mia, ragazzi, Inter coming in strong. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to repeat it here. I know you don't like to hear this, but I'm going to say it. Inter is one step away from becoming a European reality. Let's see what happens. They got Gosens, top player for that 3-5-2. Maybe we're going to get Dybala. If they get Dybala, and who knows what they're going to do in the summer. Inter is very close to making that big step. Okay, very close. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. In all honesty, congratulations to them. Let's see if there's any other interesting reports. Inter scouts are doing a great job. Yeah, Inter signed Onana and probably Ginter for next season. They're building their squad. Yeah, Inter are building a solid team, 100%. Good for them, guys. Good for them. Cagliari asked for 2 players in exchange for Juventus target. Nandes is Juventus target. Let's see anything else interesting here from Serie A. Latest news from Serie A. The stories of the 5 Serbians who played for Juventus before Vlahovic. Davide Frattesi linked with Napoli. Inter to tie Milan Skriniar. About to sign a new contract. Barcelona still pressing for Morata, but Allegri will make the final decision. Roma surprise manager birthday cake. Mourinho doing a great job at Roma, doing an exceptional job. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. It's 3 years. We're going to see the fruit of his labor in 3 years. That's when he said that we will see what the project is all about. All right, guys, I believe that this is pretty much it, guys. We've covered all the more interesting stories about Milan. We've covered the more interesting stories about the Serie A. So far, summary of this January transfer window market. Milan is the club that we have found out it is. It is a club that is building from scratch, a club that is building sustainability. It's a club that is still in the beginning of this journey. The transfer market reflects that when you compare it to the transfer market of the teams that have already in a much more advanced stage in their progress. For example, Juventus. Juventus has made the Champions League 10 years in a row, winning 9 Scudettis. This is why they can buy Vlahovic. Milan, this is what Paolo Maldini said. Milan needs to make 10 Champions Leagues in a row and have your own stadium. It's done, guys. It's done. So that's Juventus is 10 Champions Leagues in. We are 1 Champions League in. Okay, there's a huge difference there. So we're starting to we're starting to touch these things, by seeing Vlahovic 67 million, Juve, Inter getting goals. Inter, a few more Champions Leagues in, they are on the verge of becoming a big team. Milan is just behind. Milan is going to get there slowly, patiently. I already believe that next year and the year after that, Milan is going to be a dangerous threat in Europe. And in the Serie A next year, guys, it's up for grabs. In the Serie A, we have an obligation to try and win it. All right, guys, let me go to the chat. Last time I have a chat for the day. How is Brahim doing? Brahim is getting a lot of shit from the AC Milan fans right now. He is the player that is the number one targeted AC Milan player by the AC Milan fans in this current moment. Brahim Diaz is the scapegoat of AC Milan's poor results in this current moment. So, how do I think he's doing? I think he's developing very well. I think he is showing he's very talented. He has a lot of skill. He's super fast with the ball. He seems to be a really good professional in the locker room. He needs to figure out his body. It looks like he is. Honestly, it looks like when he is in top form, the body thing is not an issue. But when he is not in top form, it looks bad. He gets pushed off the ball quite easily. So that's something that needs to be worked on. And he needs to score more goals and get more assists. Right now with Ibra, the way the team is playing makes it a little bit more difficult. But he's developing exquisitely, in my opinion, and I think he's going to do great. Now, I do say this to you, Mr. Money Getter. By the time Brahim Diaz is the loan deal is going to be done with Real Madrid, I don't think Brahim Diaz is going to be the player that Real Madrid will want just yet. I think that Real Madrid is going to go for bigger fish by the time that Brahim Diaz is going to his loan expires. So I don't think he's going to grow at the same pace Real Madrid probably wanted. This is just an opinion, a speculation. We shall see. So there is a good possibility that Brahim Diaz might not re-sign with Real Madrid and keep going with Milan or another squad. No, Roy, he's not a scapegoat. He needs to do better. He'll be getting a lot more shit if he was in Madrid and rooting for him, but he needs to do better. Let's be honest, he's been mediocre, just that. Bunny Getter, at the start of the season, he was on fire, but after recovering from COVID, he seems to have a dip in form. I think his form is back right now. It is back right now. Okay, guys, I think we're good, guys. We've covered everything. Let me see if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. I think we covered everything today. Let's one more time look at the official live stuff coming in. Let's see if there are any new updates. I'm not seeing any updates. Yeah, last piece of official news that Gazzetta dello Sport deems important is Zarate close to Salernitana. That's the last thing. Let's see what happens with Kessié. In the meantime, guys, please like the video. Guys. Please like the video and do all that good stuff. Do it for AC Milan. Yeah, guys, we covered everything. We know everything we need to know today about AC Milan, and we all have our opinions, so everybody should be happy. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining us here. That Malik guy seems to be our last sign of this. Guys, thank you for joining us at Milan Daily. We're going to do another Milan Daily tomorrow. same time. Maybe Lazetic is going to join us. Lazetic was not available today. So let's see how this goes, guys. Be positive. Always Forza Milan. Let's not be worried about what other teams are doing. Let's look at ourselves, and let's always believe in achieving maximum objective, because it's the only way to be. It's the only way to live. Believe until the end. Fino la fine, right? All right, guys. Thank you once again for joining us. We will see you tomorrow, maybe same time, maybe a little bit earlier. Forza Milan Laird is busy bantering on Twitter. All right, I forgot to share the link on Twitter. Damn. I was supposed to put the link on Twitter. I forgot to do that. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Once again, thank you for joining us. Forza Milan. Let's see what the rest of the afternoon brings. Let's see what tomorrow brings. And guys, Milan is going to destroy. Milan is going to destroy. Ciao.
Final question, and that's my fault. This is the first time I have the opportunity to talk with you, so I would like you to say if you can pronounce your full name, because it's amazing. It's something.
My full name.
Your full name is fascinating.
Oluwafikayomi Oluwadamilola Tamori.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh.